Hey there, it's Kat, and this is Brews and Reviews. It's the second week of the Hemisphere Christmas Games, and I'm vlogging again. If you want to know what I read during the first week of the Hemisphere Christmas Games, then check out the vlog that I've got linked in the description below. Turns out I can read a lot when I want to, and I'm not in a giant reading slump. So hopefully, whatever was happening to me in which I could just read some books just continues throughout this week. We will see. So it's actually the 8th of December today. I would have started this vlog yesterday, it's just I was not in the mood to actually film yesterday. So we're starting it today and I'll tell you about what I read yesterday. I finished Jade War by Fonda Lee, and I counted this book for the prompt a book with dark on the cover because it is predominantly a dark cover. It's black with like shiny green writing on it, so we're going to count it as a dark covered prompt. It's really interesting because I've heard a lot about this book and I wasn't sure what I was going to think about it. It's set in an Asian inspired fantasy world with kind of mafia type gangs who control different territories, and people can infuse jade into their bodies to have certain abilities, and it's like a whole power struggle, and I wasn't sure what I was going to think of it because I don't really like mafia gang type stories. I'm not big on that. The only mafia books that I tend to like are like the sexy times ones, so I was a bit surprised by how much I enjoyed it, but I liked all of the different characters, I liked the different things that were happening, and I just got really invested in it. So I'm really glad that I read it, even if it was 560 pages. I did listen to the audiobook admittedly because I couldn't face a chunky physical read right now. Also, I don't own it physically, so you know. Today I've started listening to Kiss the Girls by James Patterson. This is also quite a chunky book, even though it doesn't really look it because it's quite small. It's about 450 pages long. Parcels! A parcel! This is so exciting, a parcel! Literally, real time, just came through my door. It's probably a Christmas present for someone else. Oh, it's from Stephanie from Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. Oh my god, right, this is all turned up today and I'm just, let me show you. Okay, so it's One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, a book that I've been dying to read because everyone says it's great and I love Red, White and Royal Blue. And I'm like, I'm so excited to read this. And also, oh my god, Well Met by Jen DeLuca. The excitement is real because it's like, is this the one that's like enemies to lovers? I don't know, but it's set in a Ren fair and I'm so excited. I'm just exceedingly happy today. Thank you so much, Steph. We're doing like a present swap thing, so if you do want to see what I got her, then head on over to her channel, which I'm sure she will have that on her channel at some point. I was definitely talking about the book and I don't remember where I was when I stopped to get very excited about the post. I can't believe I caught that on camera. Oh well. Yeah, so I'm reading Kiss the Girls and I am about 3/4 of the way through, maybe 2/3, probably more likely 2/3. It feels like it's nearing the conclusion of the story, so I don't know quite where else this is gonna go. I've enjoyed some parts of this story and other parts I thought it's a little bit off. I think I like the main crime thing that is happening here, but I'm not really sure about the detective Alex Cross sort of teaming up with / falling for this woman who was one of the survivors of one of the people in this book, and I don't know how I feel about it. It feels a bit off to me. It feels a bit like, why is it necessary? Could you not just like not be romantically involved in the slightest? I don't know. So yeah, that's the thing, and I'm enjoying it. I thought this was going to be a 5-star read because it just felt like it was going to be, and then I think it at the moment it's set on about 4 stars and I'm not really sure. It depends if the end can knock it out the park, if I adjust that rating, but I don't know so far. I've also been reading The Score by Elle Kennedy and probably going to finish that one tonight. I will let you know either tonight or tomorrow how that goes. So it's been a couple of days and I haven't done any vlogging at all. I kind of just failed at all the things. And that is because I have been really busy and I went on a trip to Manchester, which I'll show you guys some clips from in a minute. Probably quite a few clips because that's probably the most interesting thing that's going to happen in this entire vlog. So you're going to see lots of clips of my trip to Manchester where I walked around some Christmas markets, took lots of video of Christmas decorations in Manchester. So if you don't live near Manchester, then you can see what those look like, even the weird creepy ones. There was some really cool art stuff, including these swans that just like moved around in the water, and I was mesmerized because, you know, I love water stuff. But yeah, the whole reason for the trip is that I was going to Van Gogh Alive. It's like a experience thing where you sit in this room and Van Gogh's artwork appears all around you on these huge screens, and they put it to music, and I don't think I can put it to the music that they put it to because, I don't know, copyright and stuff. But it was really a worthwhile experience, and I really enjoyed it in a way that I don't think that I normally enjoy sort of art like that. Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of Van Gogh, and now I'm like, oh, alright, there's quite a lot of this that I really like. Slight warning for people who have trypophobia, though, when the sunflower room comes up, just maybe like fast forward through that a bit because I don't think you'll like it. But if you don't have trypophobia, then it was really cool. So yeah, check out that footage and then I'll come back and talk about the books that I've read. first up, I finished Kiss the Girls by James Patterson, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Excuse you. No, thank you. I thought the overall story was good, and I thought that the thrilling elements of it were really good. I'm trying not to give any spoilers away to plot points, even though this book came out over 20 years ago, so it's probably a little bit behind the times. But it was the first time I'd read it, so how many of you have not read it? Who knows? I think the reason that it didn't get 5 stars for me was the whole relationship aspect. I just don't think there needed to be any romance, and I think that the romance degraded the story for me. I don't know if maybe James Patterson got a little bit better, but this book felt a little bit to me like, how do you know that James Patterson did not understand women's trauma at this point in time? Because there are things that happen to this female character in the book, and like horrible things, like really nasty stuff. And then she's like, it's fine, I'll just go and sleep in my own house where I was attacked and, you know, kidnapped from, because that feels safe. And I will sort of develop romantic feelings for a guy, even though I was just absolutely traumatized by an insane person. But maybe that's just me that doesn't understand that. I think the mentality's a little bit off there, and I feel like I would much rather have read about a woman who was recovering from that ordeal in you know, any way, rather than just being like, oh, she's fine now. She's fine. She's fine. But anyway, that's why I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, because I definitely had some problems there. But aside from that, it was pretty good, and you know, it was fine. It was fine. And then I also read Dying for Christmas by Tammy Cohen, which is really funny that I've just talked about this experience of women's trauma, because this is also a thriller, and the premise of the book is that this woman has been taken to this man's house for the 12 days of Christmas, and she's dying because she's being held there by this man. And I'm not going to say any more than that, because there are some really good twists in this book that I really enjoyed. However, when you read the first part of this book, just pay attention to the things that are happening, because there were sort of similarities to things that are like the author's not understanding what's going on here that I did feel were resolved in the end. But like, as a woman, I'm like, no fucking way am I going home with a random man to his house on Christmas Eve because he said I looked pretty. Like, no woman in her right mind is ever gonna do it. No person in their right mind would ever do that. I mean, maybe a man would, because like male privilege, but the rest of us we don't have that. Come on, nobody's doing that. Like, I have to sort of get over those issues because of something that happens. I think I'm going to include like a spoiler chat about this in my wrap up at the end of the month, because I feel like you can't really analyze this book without talking about the twist that happens, because it's definitely a big one. Overall, I think I give this one 3 out of 5 stars, mostly because I didn't actually enjoy it as much as I thought I did. I enjoy thinking about the whole sort of process of the writing, but all of the characters were kind of assholes, and I just really didn't like many of them, any of them really. I forgot to say, the Kiss the Girls was a dark prompt cover thing, and Dying for Christmas was going to be a snow prompt, and then it didn't snow in the entire book, and I was like, the cover is snowy, why did you lie to me? Luckily, it did happen to take place, a large portion of the book, right next to the River Thames. So I was like, thanks for covering the body of water prompt for the Hemisphere Christmas Games, because I'm just really, really lucky that that happened, otherwise I was gonna struggle to place it, I think. I'm going out for breakfast this morning, and it's in town, and essentially the car park is going to be manic, so I wanted to be able to park my car, so I came really early and I'm reading in the car. So last night I picked up The Christmas Escape by Sarah Morgan, and I read about 50 pages last night. It's slow going, not much has happened yet apart from, you know, family relations and stuff. None of the characters are particularly grabbing me right now, and I don't know, I feel like it's all very much a setup at this point in time, and I'm 80 pages in. I'm feeling like I just wish it would get around to it. I feel like there's going to be like an enemies to lovers kind of thing that's happening, with some like past going on between these two characters, and then the other two characters I'm like, meh. Like, I'm not bothered about you. You have a bad relationship where you don't talk to each other, and I hate just people who don't communicate with each other. Just have a chat. Just have a chat. morning everyone, it is the 19th of December and I've stuck to vlogging. I will explain that after, but now for my booster jab because time to get the jab. Okay, let's catch up because I feel like it's been a long time because I've been slumping for like a whole week. So anyway, I don't remember what the last thing I told you was and how many books I've read since then, but it's not many. That's spoiler alert, it's not many. So I read The Score by Elle Kennedy and that was a good one and I liked that book. I feel like I've already talked about that, but I liked the relationship. I like how it ended and you know, I feel like that might have been my favourite book in the series so far. So as you know, I have been reading The Christmas Escape and it's been taking me a long time because I'm not super eager to read it. Like, this is how far through the book that I am. I'm not even halfway through yet. I feel like nothing has happened and I feel like I'm vaguely interested and it's not really the kind of book for me. I feel like I need less domestic and more characterization in my characters. Then this book is kind of like romance, but like I don't know, it's just not hitting it quite right for me. It's just like the same arguments over and over again and everyone's having the same thoughts over and over again and I'm like, I don't care that much. Maybe it could get good now that they're actually in the place where they need to be, but part of the problem is it's taken so long to actually get to the point. Like, things are only just starting to happen now and I'm almost 200 pages into the book. So I didn't mention, but I also read The Gogh by Elle Kennedy. This is the last novel in the Off-Campus series. There is a short story collection which I'm probably going to read. But, right, The Gogh is like the last of the Hockey Boys story and I fucking hated it. It was awful. So I was buddy reading this with Kayla as we've been doing the whole series and it was so bad. Like, the whole pregnancy trope, which is announced at the beginning of the last book, and the lack of any personality from the male participant in this relationship, and the weird, made-up, invented reasons for avoidance of love from the female participant. It's just like, why was any of this happening? And they were so annoying and I don't care about babies. I don't want to read about babies. I just don't care. So essentially I gave that one 1 out of 5 stars. So it was the one I hated in the series. That was like 3, 4, 5, 1. So that was, yeah, I don't like the pregnancy trope. I'm not interested at all. It wasn't even a romance book by the end. It was just talking about babies and I don't care. So yes, that's where I'm at right now. As I said, I had my COVID booster and that was an interesting time where I had to queue out of the door of the doctor's clinic and then the stupid woman who was supposed to be guiding us, she's like some volunteer lady, decided that she hated me for some reason. I'm not even like just saying this because the man behind me commented on it and he was like, that woman does not like you. It was like, you're getting in all sorts of trouble. And I was like, what, for standing here and then moving when she told me to move? Like, what? This woman just decided she hated me and it got me really stressed out. And then I met some other nice volunteers who were nice and they were like, oh, we like your top. And I was like, thank you. It's like, murder cat, thank you, thanks old people. That was nice. But anyway, this stupid woman stressed me out and it really pissed me off because I'm like, listen, I know you're all working hard and stuff like that and I love the NHS and you're all great and all that, but this woman just decided she didn't like me and that was that. So weird old true. Anyway, I'm going to end this vlog here because I've just had a rant at you and, you know, it's great. So I'm going to end it and I'm going to pick up this vlog again, probably in about 2 minutes, but I also need to edit this. So I feel like this vlog has got enough of me forgetting to be existing, but it's fine. It's fine. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!